better part of a decade, the International has invited the world's finest Dota teams to wage battle for the Aegis of Champions and the largest prize pools in all of esports. Fans from around the world have come together to celebrate this shared passion. Live at the tournament and in gatherings across the globe. Now we assemble once more to honor the moments that define us and witness the genesis of things never seen before. Ours is a fire that burns the world over. The Aegis awaits in the heart of Seattle, but the international spirit resides in us all. For the first time, the Aegis stands undefended. 16 teams compete for ultimate glory. Only one can forge a new legend. Who will emerge victorious? The battle begins.
It is the final day of the International 7. Team Liquid will face LFY, and the winner of that will go to the Grand Finals against Newbee, where we will crown the 7th champion of the International. Come on out to the Key Arena here in Seattle, Washington. There's an enormous broadcast outside, and of course, tens of thousands of fans are heading in for the action indoors. My name is Day9. I'm joined by Ake, Merlini, and PPD. And we have seen some insane upsets, some crazy close matches, and all-around great Dota. How are you gentlemen doing this fine morning?
Super good. It's just cold here outside.
It is actually very cold outside this morning. It's been so hot, so bright all day. It's a little cooler here. We're a little shivery, but of course, Dota's happening soon.
It's an exciting time.
Yeah.
We're here again, 12 months later, back at another TI Finals.
And if we actually take a look at what has happened leading up to this point, there have been some pretty surprise results. You know, some of the big themes we've talked about is Chinese Dota doing so unbelievably well. 3 out of the top 4 were Chinese teams. Evil Geniuses having a really heartbreaking exit early on in the tournament. What were some of the big upsets in your eyes?
I think most of that Liquid made it all from the second round in the lower bracket to the lower bracket finals. That's just an amazing round, and we'll see if they make it the whole way.
They've had a really nice run. I think we can be impressed by the wins that they've done in the lower bracket. But I wouldn't, you know, before this tournament, I don't think it'd be too surprising to see Liquid's top 3.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid was expected to do well at this tournament, and their run in the lower bracket really displays that. Battling against Team Secret right when they hit lowers, narrowly winning 2-1 and continuing more and more and more. They just look better and better and better. They're not winding up in wonky drafts and tough situations. I feel like their last win last night was almost just a draft win.
I thought LGD was going to present a bigger challenge than that.
Yeah.
So then I'm actually like, maybe Liquid is that good.
Well, for any of you who are watching at home, please join in the conversation on all your social medias, Twitter, Instagram. We want to see if you're here. We want to see photos of the back of our heads on our Twitter feeds. We want to hear your votes for who you think is going to be winning the match. And Merlini, I haven't heard from you yet what you think are some of the huge results that have happened at this event.
Obviously, Liquid going this far. I don't think we've given enough appreciation to the patch. I think there was a lot of skepticism surrounding 7.00, but with the talents, adding a lot of strategic plays for heroes to be in multiple roles, and the shrines, adding this whole new element to the game, I think that we can all agree that this is one of the best patches ever. And there was 2 heroes announced yesterday, but I didn't really feel like there was that sense of urgency for the 2 heroes. Everyone normally when a patch is born is like, oh my god, when's the next hero coming out? When's the next patch coming out? But this time it's just a bonus.
Yeah, it's been really, really cool to see the way that talents have really influenced everything. And of course, I don't think we've gotten the chance to see how the 2 new heroes will be playing out. And of course, everything disrupts the meta. Now, if any of you didn't catch the action leading up to today, let's take a look at what happened leading up to the final day of the International 7. 5 teams remain, and today 2 will be knocked out and 1 will be the first team to advance to the grand final.
LGD versus Invictus Gaming. He needs this kill with the Sonic Wave. The damage amplification is just way too much. Invictus Gaming, 4 heroes down. They call GG in sub 20 minutes. IG once again on the run from LGD. Somnus back into the fight, but the double stun is doing work. The silence as well. Arme so low. Natus out the air. Go slam. Space created. Make him blink away. LGD in dominating fashion have removed Invictus Gaming from TI.
And the winner of TI7 cosplay is Clockwerk.
It is the winner's bracket final to determine who will be the first finalist of TI7.
Trying to go for Faith, he's gone as well. They've lost 2
Oh
people,
my
he's
god,
gone as
that
well.
damage.
But it's just too damn big at this stage. GG is called. We are going to be going to a game 3. They get the call, the blade mail, the static storm, they're bringing him down over Mornay, still alive, they can't quite
Next, get him.
Mornay is down, and now Newbee moving for more.
The stun on 2.
Next, the ultra kill for Moogie, it's a team wipe.
And they call GG.
Newbee are your first grand finalists here at the International 2017.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dendi!
Okay, this guy is scary.
Oh, no, no, no! Oh! The hands are shaking, Dendi. Are you giving up?
Yep, he's too strong.
We have seen many in a big match fall prey to this Dazzle Huskar.
Team Liquid doing the not Dota draft. It's going to be the elimination match. Team Liquid versus LGD.
LGD want to take this engagement. Miracle jumping in first, the Fissure coming through, but now Somnus left to the Wolves. Liquid, no mind games now. Straight down the middle lane. Miracle starting to heat up. He's heating up. Give him another. He wants more. Bulldozing his way through 11. Liquid surging. They want this tower. GG! Liquid has done it!
In days 1 and 2, so many of the players were very calm after their wins, trying to stay very focused and collected. But the closer you get to the grand finals, I love seeing these teams lose their mind after their winning matches. Watching Newbee advance to the grand final yesterday was a real treat. And now, it's really kind of anyone's tournament, I feel like. I mean, is there any clear leader in your eyes?
I think Liquid has a very good shot at winning, and yeah, I think it's mostly that because for me, they just play good with Coddle and Wisp, but they have really shown that they can actually pick other heroes as well and like perform super well. I think the second game yesterday, people might have felt that it was a bit cheap that they picked Huskar and Brood, but they really they played so well with it. They pushed their limits with the Huskar so good and was able to get kills that I think most teams would actually have lost that game if they had the same lineup.
I feel like they really know themselves really well at this point and developing their strategies and the heroes they like to play over the course of this tournament, especially through that lower bracket. I think that they're coming in today incredibly confident in what they know and what they play. But I'm not totally sold that LFY and Newbee aren't on another level.
Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the weirdest things for me to personally see yesterday was the fact that LGD dominated their games 2-0 and then got dominated 2-0. And you bring up that idea of yeah, I mean, Team Liquid's looking good, but what if LFY and Newbee are just on this next level as well? And of course, we have good old Coach Purge, and I want to hear your thoughts, Kevin, on what you think the top 3 is going to look like.
Well, I'm not really sure where the finals are gonna end up, but I think the important match to look at from yesterday was the LFY Newbee match. I think there's a lot that Liquid can look at there to see, at least based on draft patterns and things like that, to see who's going to end up winning. Now, one of the crucial games from yesterday was Game 1 here, LFY versus Newbee. Now, Newbee had a good laning stage. It gave them an advantage, so a place that LFY doesn't have to play against very often, but it put them in this weird place where they're behind. In almost every single game of that series that they played yesterday, they had this fight between 10 to 15 minutes where the outcome really changed the tempo of the game based depending on who was going to go further ahead. And the cool thing that LFY did this game with their Medusa pick was because they didn't have defensive supports, they needed the focus to be on Medusa. And this works pretty well because she can get ruptured, and it's not that big of a deal because any damage that she takes is going to mostly reduce her mana and do a little bit less damage to her hero. And what she did was, with a really fast blade mail purchase, a very inexpensive item that is effective on heroes like Medusa because she reflects the full damage, it allowed LFY basically to force their overfarmed opponents to focus on her instead. And then when she pops Blade Mail as well as her ultimate, it basically forces Newbee to disengage for a moment, and finally they end up committing on her. Now, usually you don't want to focus on her first, but if you do, what happens afterwards, and the cool thing that they did here, is with the Lich over here, he ends up casting his Chain Frost, which basically forces Newbee to have to split away, because if they try to focus on the Medusa together at the same moment, they're all going to get killed because the Chain Frost can hit so many heroes. So this is like a 20-second clip of Super the Medusa being focused, despite them being behind, and ultimately they do get the kill, but at the same time period, we've got a dead sniper on the top of the map because he was focused by the backline. So the important thing to remember in this clip is mostly vision here. So if we go back a little bit and you scroll up to the top, it's actually Night Stalker Ag's time, or ultimate time. So that means the vision of his opponents are reduced. So they had to go in the Medusa here. And what we saw consistently throughout this series was Night Stalker picked almost every time, and I think there's little tells like this and how these games played out that Liquid needs to use to make sure that they can reach that next level of LFY and Newbee.
Night Stalker is one of LFY's favorite heroes, almost picking it first two every single game if it's not banned.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been one of the most dominant heroes of this entire tournament, picked and banned over 100 times just on the main stage, or excuse me, in group stages and main stage. Now, one of the big questions I want to ask is, we saw Newbee and LFY just storm their way to the winners bracket finals. We're seeing Team Liquid crawl their way back up through lowers. What, in your eyes, is the big team that is a surprise not to see on this final day of TI?
Oh, it's tough to say.
EG or VP, I would say, one of those two. EG
Yeah.
probably more so for me. I had them at first. I had like an EG Liquid winners bracket finals, and they didn't really go very far at all. Dropped immediately, didn't win a series on the main stage.
That would have been exciting for sure. I think OG, something to be said there. You know, won both the majors this year coming into this tournament. Didn't place better than last year, but still not the results they were really looking for.
Also, it doesn't seem like there were that many instances of teams just falling apart on the main stage. A lot of them were very, very close games in the lower brackets. I mean, what is it that you think? What actually was the biggest upset of this entire tournament?
Biggest upset.
IG LGD was surprisingly not close at all. I would say, I mean, maybe the result wasn't that surprising, but the way they lost was very surprising to me. Like, IG didn't even put up a fight. They did not look like a top 6 team at all.
Yeah, I thought LGD as well. Yesterday was going to put up a much better fight against Liquid. So if that's how you want to think about upsets rather than just win-loss, then I agree with that.
For me, I just thought that Secret would like come further than they did.
It was weird watching both like Liquid and EG and all these great teams come from the lower bracket. It's like, even if you start in like the bottom of your groups and then you had to battle through, you're playing against all these titans right away.
And I guess it just comes from that we didn't really think that all of these teams from China was
exactly
perform this well. So like for us, who was like thinking, oh, EG and OG and Secret, they're probably gonna be up there, and then they like all of them end up in the lower bracket. Then
yeah, top 4. There was what, 3 Chinese teams in VP.
Yeah, for
the winner bracket, and we were all. I mean, you were expecting EG to win. I was expecting similar things. Oh, I'm gonna get myself in trouble up here. Yeah, no, EG, Liquid, OG. I thought these teams would be some of the top 6 teams, but them not really being in there is like surprising.
Yeah. Now, as we take a closer look to today, Note that in the lower bracket, not only did Team Liquid fall first round and then win all the way up to the top 4 spots, so did LGD, the team that fell at the end of last night. Both of them had strong lower bracket runs, but now Team Liquid will be facing LFY. That will be our first match of the day, and following that will be the best of 5 grand final. So let's take a look at Team Liquid versus LFY. Let's start talking about that matchup, beginning with LFY, the team that looked like the most dominant in this entire event. What is LFY looking like now?
I mean, they're still one of the strongest teams for sure, and I think they match up quite good against Liquid with that they prioritize this NS pick a lot, which is actually very good against Keeper of the Light. So they might try to go for something like that, that they leave the Coddle and take the NS, but at the same time, other teams have actually tried this and they lost, so...
That's true. Liquid could also just ban it if it's something that LFY turns to so frequently. For me, I think it's a little different because this is the first time where LFY has actually lost a series. Even in like group stages, I think at worst they went 1-1 in games that didn't matter. But when they had to win, they were undefeated. And you know, yesterday we saw them lose to Newbee. It was a really close series. I think the surprise pick and maybe the hero that they're like thinking about more is Bloodseeker.
You said they got cheesed by them.
I don't
cheesed by Bloodseeker.
Well, it's, you know, sometimes these heroes emerge where it's like, wow, maybe this hero is that good. And Newbee identified that Bloodseeker was their favorite pick. They brought it into the first 2 of their draft, and they didn't really, you know, it's not like we saw a bunch of cores on the other team. They were just like, this hero's good, we're gonna pick it, and
they picked Earth Spirit and Bloodseeker first 2, all of the like 3 games. So
every single match, and with that, they helped show that LFY is actually mortal. And now it's time to go to a very special person. One of the most notable morning greeters. It's Casey. You've been talking all week how excited you are for the final day. How you doing, Casey?
I'm good. I'm good. We are so excited. And we, as you know, you've been seeing some of our player interviews. We sat down, we did some very serious one-on-ones with a member of every single team that came to TI. But at the end, we thought we need to loosen these guys up a little bit. So I came up with some rapid fire questions. You've seen some of the answers so far, but here's an example. What's your favorite food?
Oh, man. Burritos.
Who's your favorite team?
Liquid, dude.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Okay, see? You guys did a great job. Are you excited for this? Who's excited? Okay, so that's an example of how rapid fire works. Here's how it worked when we sat down with several of your favorite pro players.
You ready for some rapid fire questions? What is your favorite meal?
Chicken fillet. Pineapple.
Wait, question 1? We can't get past question 1.
I make a pizza and then I add pineapple. It's much better.
That's it.
Yeah.
It makes the whole thing taste better.
Peanuts.
I don't believe you. Biggest pet peeve or things that annoy you?
Girlfriend.
Are you sure you want that to be your answer? If you could be any animal, what would you be?
Peregrine falcon.
I'm sorry?
Peregrine falcon.
And why is that?
They're really fast.
Fish.
A snake, I think.
Oh God. Why? Puppies or kittens?
Puppies. Kittens.
Go. Kittens, of course.
Yes. Oh, look at that face. Were you gonna say neither? Do you not like either?
No.
You don't like puppies or kittens?
No.
You are stranded on a deserted island, but you can bring 3 things. What do you bring?
A working Wi-Fi router, a computer, and that's pretty much all I need. Can I just go with 2 things?
You just want 2 things. Wait, I'm sorry. I have to back up for a second. So, do you like pets at all? Birds. Do you like birds?
No.
Fish.
No.
Turtles. What 3 things do you bring?
手机、电脑和女朋友。
Girlfriend last on the list? You meant to say girlfriend first, right? Yeah. Looking out for you.
Water tank.
Okay.
And farms. Can I bring farms? I'm not sure.
Dota farms or regular farms?
Oh, regular farms.
Regular farms. Pet rats.
No.
Pet snake?
Toothbrush.
Okay.
Toothpaste. And pizza.
Pizza to a deserted island.
Yeah, so I eat the pizza, I enjoy the view, and then brush my teeth.
You know what? That's not a bad answer.
Phone, Wi-Fi, and cigarettes.
Okay. Look at that. Huh?
Yeah. It's good.
Now do you like cats?
I don't know.
Well, you know you're a cat lady when you actually literally start whipping out your camera to show biscuit of the buttery biscuits to everybody in a Dota team. So I apologize for that, but we really appreciate all the players being in such an amazing sport about us asking those questions. We're hanging out here in the crowd. You guys are looking good, right? Yeah. You know, Slacks is way over. Where are you, Slacks? You're way over in the back end of the crowd, right? Where are you?
Hey, hi, Casey. Actually, I'm right here, Casey. Hi. I'm right next to you.
Oh, hey!
Hi, hey! Inception. I'm here with the fans, too. We're on this side, sir. What are you hoping to see today here at TI?
Some really great Dota.
Yeah? Who do you think's going to win?
I hope Liquid wins.
Liquid wins? Is that where you're going more? Any words of encouragement?
Go GH.
Go GH. Nice. All right. What do we got here? Hey. Hello. Any words of encouragement out there?
Yeah, GH God. Go Team Liquid. Woo!
Woo! All right. Fantastic. Come on.
GH shaking.
It's all GH? Do we have anyone else that's not a fan of Liquid? Come on.
Liquid. Not Liquid.
Wrong place. Anyway, I had to go early yesterday, by the way. A traumatic experience happened to me. But I'm here all day today. Maybe I should show you. Why don't you guys take a look? Right?
Reverse captain's mode.
Why do they use the default announcer at TI? You'd think they'd have something better by now, right?
Dude, tell me about it.
I mean, Casey could make a more up-to-date one right now.
Yeah.
Sir
Yeah.
Action Slacks doesn't need another cookie.
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Whatever, dude. I don't need any more cookies.
Sir Action Slacks is buying nachos.
What is that?
That's nacho cheese, Sir
Oh,
Action
no, this
Slacks.
is not happening.
Sir Action Slacks is walking the concourse.
What is that?
Sir Action Slacks has fallen. Sir Action Slacks needs more fiber. Sir Action Slacks cannot escape. I see you, Sir Action Slacks.
Jeez, what's his problem?
Sir Action Slacks must be stopped. Sir Action Slacks has been dealt with appropriately.
Yeah. So it's okay. She's joined the other voices in the head, so no big deal there. But yeah, everybody's still funneling in there. And if we all ready for the dose? Is that the last man in right there? Oh, no, get out of my shot.
Go LFY.
All right, there we go. The last man. Hello.
Hello.
Are you ready?
LF1.
Yes. All right. LFI, the fans are in. The games are ready. Are you guys ready over there on the desk?
Oh my God, we're so ready, Slacks. Thank you.
Oh, hey, before you guys go, could I tell you a joke real quick? You had a horrible joke yesterday.
Oh my God, it was actually only fun for me, I think.
All right, check this one out.
I'm ready.
They say that the panel is real sexy, but I only watch it for the plot.
That was another one of those that's more fun for you than for me.
That one was
Okay,
awesome.
thanks guys. Great to see you.
You know, one of the things I love when you ask Dota players, like, okay, you're going to go to a desert island. What do you bring? As it turns out, all the people here in the top 16 teams of the International, they kind of just want to play Dota.
And they want to starve to death. Some of them, right?
Yeah, right.
They want this Wi-Fi and computers. Like, I don't need food or something.
No, I was very ambitious to bring an entire farm. Like, make a whole ecosystem, plan the entire thing out.
It's a good plan.
I remember Kevin was telling me that at one of the after parties, there was like some PCs set up at one of the events earlier this year, and literally everyone just went and played Dota for 8 hours until like 5 in the morning.
That was one of the best after parties. I love that.
Yeah.
We don't ever get to play. I never played with you. Either you two.
We played at the DSU LAN Center.
Aside from that, that was a one-time thing.
Oh well, you're
we
welcome.
played at Dota 1, right?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
It's a different Merlini.
It was enough for me.
Yeah.
Well, I think the players are much like us. We're just in the mood for some awesome Dota. It's going to be Liquid going up against LFY. And this is, I feel like, a battle of different approaches, different ideologies starting off the day.
It feels like that is the reason why there's been so many games that's been like 2-0, because you can play the game in a lot of ways, and some ways are better against like some other playstyles. And like we could see that VP, they won like some games 2-0, like super easy in the upper bracket, and then they struggled in the lower bracket straight away.
Well, I don't really think they had themselves figured out. That was like on day 1 of day 2 in Liquid. They weren't really picking any disables, and they were kind of. I wasn't a big fan of their drafts, but now later into this tournament, I think it's really come together. I think Kroki's on top of it.
It's a little weird to see a team get progressively better as the tournament goes on. Well, I don't want to say better, but the games are getting more one-sided in Liquid's fashion.
Yeah, you'd think, you know, the better the competition gets, the closer the matches would get, but maybe Liquid is just figuring themselves out more, and everybody's just kind of waiting on them and saying, oh, you know, we can handle them. And then when they get there, it's a whole different thing.
Feels like it's just going to be tough for LFY to know how they're going to approach it, because I think Liquid have won against, is it 5 teams in the lower bracket? And they're going to see that, oh, they were trying this and they lost. They were trying this and they lost. And I'm going to try this and they lost.
Yeah. I don't think they played each other either, right? They were in different groups and they didn't see
Sounds right.
They haven't seen each other in the brackets yet.
Yeah.
Finals day on its way.
This is a big day for a lot of people. The last day of the International. Prize pool is higher than it has ever been. It is nearly 25 million right now.
What do you do with $2 million as a Dota player?
You play Dota till 5 in the morning. No, you get nice suits.
No. You just play more Dota. That's the crazy thing. Is like a lot of these guys will end up here and they'll go party, and then tomorrow everyone will be chilling, trying to get over their hangover, and they'll just go play Dota in their hotel rooms.
That has truly been the hardest part about this entire event, is that I've not played Dota all week.
It's rough.
Yeah.
The International has a very particular way of inspiring people to play the game.
Yeah, that's what made me play was TI.
Yep. I'm looking forward to playing tomorrow.
Well, you heard the horn. That means that the day is about to get underway. Our first team will be coming out to the main stage for the first match of the final day. Please join me in welcoming LFY. God bless these crowds. I mean, we are hundreds of feet from the venue. We are outside, and you can hear the crowd so loudly. LFY has so many fans who've come out to support them today. And their opponents, of course, no strangers to the scenes, the legendary Team Liquid. This team has been continuing to gain momentum as time has gone on. Kuroki appears to have figured out his drafting. Many of their games are carried by their position 1 and 2 players, Matumba Man, and of course, Miracle, one of the most legendary mid players in Dota history. Let's take a closer look at Miracle.
If you want to spend 20 hours a day for like 6 years, no matter what you do, you're going to be good at it. Especially when you have the talent. That's what happened with Amir.
Amir started playing when he was very young. maybe 6, 7 years old.
When we were young, like people here in Jordan mostly go to the internet cafes.
Like in Jordan, that's the thing that where you actually meet friends. As a teenager, for me and for Amr, you don't have too much things to do. That's why people like the same age of ours play Dota all the time.
Amr was super. Yes.
Like in Jordan, that's the thing that where you actually meet friends. As a teenager, for me and for Amr, you don't have too much things.
We're curious where I want to see what they do
like
there.
Same age.
We start taking him with us, and he started learning, watching. In the beginning, my mom was very supportive.
All the time.
Kept telling that I'm gonna join a team. It didn't happen, but she like super curious where we go. He started convincing my mama, I want to go with my brothers. I want to see. She kept saying that
TI 1, 2, 3.
Taking
He's like,
him
no,
with us.
never heard of it. In that sense, he's very unique. He just played the game, and apparently he's so talented that he just got picked up.
After high school, maybe after like 2 to 3 weeks, very supportive. Some of the pro players talked to me about the gaming thing, so it was pretty fortunate for me, let's put it that way. Yeah, I'm gonna join a team. It didn't happen, but in the middle, like, what do I want to do?
A lot of things in his future,
saying that
maybe even the next day. He just takes things very lightly.
He just lives his life the way he likes to do it. He just doesn't care what happens.
Usually follow competitive Dota before they become pro, but
next.
He didn't know anyone. Even when I asked him, like, did you watch?
والله لك الله انط عليه نط هذا اوه حلو يا هلا يا هلا هذا شكله راح يعض علي اوبا ايش صغير وين عمر لا مالنا لو اطلع ايش برو لا مش هيوصلك طب 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 طب.
Because of his carefree behavior, he naturally understands that he should just focus on what's in front of him.
I don't really think much about the goals outside of the game, you know. Like, it's only in the game.
His level of focus is something uncomparable to any player I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of players grow and become excellent at the game, but when he looks at the screen while he plays, it's as if he's in the game, as if he's in the battlefield. It becomes a beautiful picture in the game.
Most of the players play Dota because they wanna do something later. I wanna play Dota because I wanna win TI. He wants to win TI, but he just wins TI without thinking about winning TI. He plays Dota because he wants to have fun.
Living in the moment, let's say.
We've seen teams down 0-1, teams that go from winners to lowers and fall apart under the pressure. Miracle has done the exact opposite, having better and better performances, and it really seems like just across the board on Liquid, they are on fire.
Kuroky's done a really good job these last 2 years of building a team that works for him and that he's like has this like sort of cohesion. You know, right now he's playing with arguably 4 core players, playing this like incredibly hard position 5 and just enabling them to do the things that they are good at, and they work incredibly well together.
I think that honestly they have shown some of the most versatility as well in terms of how they have been adjusting over the course of the game.
Yeah, they're also one of the teams that actually like to switch between the mid and the safe lane, and that is also like strength for the team. That the opponents don't they don't really know if it's gonna be Miracle mid or Miracle safe lane, you know. So
I think it's because their traditional 1, 2, and 3 cores. I think everybody's playing around GH. You know, whether he's more so like the Caudle and Wisp, but like even like the Night Stalker and the Earthshaker, like they are catering to his strengths, and they're all uniting behind it. So if Matoma Man needs to play Broodmother or play some Timbersaw or some non-traditional carry, he'll do it.
You know, Merlini, I want to shift the focus to LFY a little bit. Obviously, we just got the profile of Miracle. We just got the opportunity to talk about their strengths. The match is going to start really soon. What do you think is the big thing to look for LFY?
Not losing the draft, I would say, versus Liquid. Liquid have a lot more play styles that we've seen. We've seen Wisp, Shaker, Caudle, which is the obvious ones. And then we've seen Huskar and Broodmother, and then we've seen Darkster Slaughter. We've seen the Anti-Mage as well. So LFY, we've seen them more one-dimensional, I would say, in the drafting. And that one dimension has been working out really well for them, though.
Well, we just heard that the match has just now started. It is time for the first game of our first series. It's going to be LFY versus Team Liquid. Elimination is on the line.
LFY versus Team Liquid. Game 1.
All the shakers right here. Yep. This has really been the theme that we've been seeing again and again and again out of Team Liquid. It's a Wisp Caudle ban, which immediately gives them first pick Earthshaker. GH is 9-1 on Earthshaker.
They actually get the Caudle as well. The draft is going to go super. Whoa. These teams are so well prepared for this match.
Well, it looks like GH is not on Earthshaker.
They first made Necrophos. That was actually an issue that we saw, too. And Liquid picked it up in the first phase a lot. Allowed them to push Icon early, countered a lot of the heavy physical damage, Magnus, and other strats that we've seen coming out from some of the Chinese teams.
LFY making the conscious decision to not only give Team Liquid one of their favorite heroes, but to give them two of their favorite heroes.
I really like that because, as we've seen before, like the other teams have been trying to give them one of them, but now they're trying something new. They want to...
Yeah, they didn't just give them one and take the other. They said, no, you can have them both.
Yeah.
Let's see what you can do with this.
This might be a little bit better for them, too, because now they actually know what hero Mind Control is going to play. Because they usually pick up their two supports very early on. And now Mind Control being on the Shaker, very likely, makes the safe lane decision a little bit easier for them. LGD Forever Young also run this combo that we haven't seen too much on the main stage, the Lich Doom, that Inflame has just been running at people, and some of the other players put it. Does it with Nature's Prophet and the Doom.
What makes the Lich Doom combo so potent?
Well, firstly, Doom's not particularly strong at the early levels, so he can actually pull the wave back, and Doom can also roam into the jungle and eat creeps and not really lose that much in the lane because Lich can sit there. Also, Doom has trouble with armor, and Lich helps that a lot. Aside from that, they just built Doom incredibly tanky and use him as a vision hero, much like other teams would use Night Stalker.
We've seen a little bit of Bristleback, but the games where Bristleback has failed, I feel like he hasn't had Lich on his team. I think when we see Lich and Bristle together with the addition of that ice armor, Bristle becomes a whole different kind of hero. Doom is kind of similar in that regard because he's so tanky. The effectiveness from Lich's ice armor is utilized so much more.
And Bristle is also something that Liquid has been playing together with the Call, but now, as Peter said before, they already have the Shaker, so... And Shaker most likely won't go mid, I guess. I mean, it can go mid, but it's not really the miracle hero, I would say.
Yeah, I think up against the Lich, I think Liquid should try and probably keep Miracle away from that lane, you know, wherever it might be. So having some flexibility in terms of laning phase would be good. The puck could easily go to any lane, though.
LFY's turn to pick.
LFY is really targeting like these heroes that Liquid has been playing around with the Necrophos and now Huskar as well. And
I think it's the right approach. Really just getting team specific. You know, this is, you know, we're worried about you know, picking these heroes with your 4th and 5th picks and just eliminating them and not having that kind of like scare factor.
I guess Lycan is the only hero left that Liquid has really been playing a lot that isn't banned. Other than that, then they've been playing the Necrophos a lot on Batumba Man.
Yeah, I like that Necrophos ban. We've seen Liquid play that a bunch of times, and they're winning games before like 20 minutes. Just so much sustain and so much. That hero is so strong in lane.
LFY also has the advantage of having so much information about Team Liquid drafts. It's seen them in so many different ways.
There we go. We have Afu picking up the Earth Spirit.
One of the most notable plays of the tournament coming out from him with the Aegis steal. It's pretty epic.
Who did the rock and the
Kaka?
Yeah, that was awesome too.
2 Earth Spirit plays.
It's very high finesse hero, right? Mm-hmm. If you're really good at it, it'll show.
eye skill cap.
And if you're really bad, it also shows, right?
10 seconds remaining.
It's not my.
I've seen that before.
It's not my hero.
Kuroko's also getting one of his signature heroes here, the Rubik. He hasn't played that much this tournament, right?
No, not very much at all. And then that'll be, I think, I've seen him play at least once though, and he played great. He
used to be one of the best Rubik players as well. In the past.
He might still be, but he was regarded as like the best Rubik player for quite a while.
Yeah.
Team Liquid.
But that's some nice instantaneous disable up against Puck. Makes him a little less elusive.
These two cores with Puck and Nyx is super good against both Call and Rubik. They can jump in and kill one of them straight away with Infest Bomb.
Yeah, GH on his Call, you know, we always talk about the Aghanim Scepter, but he actually almost every single game goes for a 4-staff first. With that Puck Dream Coil, with the Nyx Bomb, you know, Caudle can 4-staff away, but he's going to get stunned, and they'll be able to catch up to him.
I mean, the Puck Lifestealer combo we've seen before. Not run with Puck mid and Lifestealer safe lane, but actually having that last pick be another huge farming hero like Alchemist. We've seen that.
Yeah, Lifestealer can act as almost like a semi-core. He doesn't need to be this hero that takes everything. He works pretty well in dual carry pairings.
I think he's one of the one position's carry of choice versus keeper. You don't have to worry about the mana leak or the blinding light as a Lifestealer. It's very, very nice not to have to worry about that. Normally, you just have to get BKB or MKB. Usually both versus keeper going into the late game.
What are some carries from Liquid that you might like from or up against LGD? I thought maybe Matome could play Terrorblade, but that's a little bit out of his norm this tournament.
Lycan, I would say, is because it pairs up quite good against the Nyx.
Yeah. Yeah, Lycan would make a lot of sense here.
Troll's also pretty good.
Troll as well. Yeah, Miracle could still play Troll.
BKB hero seems very good versus their first three.
Yeah, definitely. Until Puck gets Ags.
Yeah. So I wonder if Super's going to be playing the Puck. Do you think it's going to be Super Puck or Inflame Puck? Because right now they don't really have great tower hitters.
They have last picks, so I think that they're going to leave that as an option.
It feels like that it's best to have it on the offlane when it's with Nyx, because if you have it mid, like you really want to get this dagger and then go with the Nyx to get a kill. But if both your mid lane and your safe lane is like out ganking somewhere, it's quite obvious.
Bloodseeker, been a very popular pick just late in the tournament. Newbee showing great success with it up in winners, knocking LFY down with it.
He's a pretty solid hero against Lifestealer. I feel like it's not that bad for Lifestealer. Because he can just kind of sit there and man fight, and even if he's running around hitting people, he's still life-stealing.
Infest as well to try to dodge the Rupture.
I think you'll almost always get the jump on the Bloodseeker rather than the other way around, though. I think with the Lifestealer, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, he's going to stay hidden.
But yeah, Liquid getting a little bit pushed out of what they have been mostly comfortable playing.
Yeah, most of the times when they've been playing this Caudle, they have this push lineup with Necrophos or Lycan, so they just wait for GH to get his Ags and then they just push during the day. But here is a more like team fight oriented lineup with a Bloodseeker.
Fury on the final ban, getting rid of mind controls, or I guess
it's pretty interesting that they think it's going to be a mid shaker.
Yeah, yeah. Huh. Well, regardless, Furion is one of Liquid's best heroes. It would pair decently well with the Bloodseeker in terms of like what carries you need to win the game. Lots of building damage, some split push, some catch. All good things.
Team Liquid taking their time with their final pick.
Yeah, they've got a ban here, and then they have to pick immediately. And they've got to think, what hero what's another hero we want up against Lifestealer, or do we already have enough with the Bloodseeker? They could still go for
Team Liquid's turn to LFY's.
All right, Lone Druid.
He's a hero that's been banned against Team Liquid very high percentage of the time. Wisp, Caudle, Lone Druid, I think are the most frequent against them, and a Sniper.
Choose your hero.
So it looks like it will be Sniper mid and Puck probably in off lane.
Team Liquid is actually lacking quite a bit of gap close for that Sniper. They don't really have anybody that's going to be able to get on top of him.
They have a Sniper them like Cells with a Lone Druid, right?
Oh, that's true, but he sometimes plays Radiance. Fair.
Yeah. I've do the like range build a couple of times as well.
It's time to get game one underway. It is the first of the games of the final day of TI7.
Welcome to the floor of Key Arena. We are here in Seattle. 24, nearly $25 million in prize money available at this TI, and 18 million almost of them to be claimed today. But Bloomy, this is the day when legends are born and stories are written or end prematurely. Liquid facing LFY, Newbee waiting as the final bosses in the grand finals. This crowd is already very into it.
We got one of the most amazing crowd here out of all Dota lands. I speak for everyone that we just want to see good Dota, but that's boring.
We don't want to see good Dota. We want to see beautiful Dota.
Perfect Dota is what we're looking for today. But before we get into that, let's get some cheer for LFY. Let's hear it, guys.
And of course, it is an aquatic themed TI, so I think we'd be remiss if we didn't see how many Liquid fans are in the house.
Team Liquid getting that home crowd advantage. Maybe a little bit, but...
Maybe a little, but only a little, and what they maybe lack in numbers here at the venue, they certainly make up for with the volume department, as the LFY fans are very anxious to see their team advance. So we get into the Dota now, Lumi. We can talk a bit about these picks. Mr. Ho-Ho-Ha-Ha coming through again. We saw him yesterday.
Already getting a little triggered, and it is some interesting laning here coming out from Team Liquid. We see Matumbaman posting up on the mid lane. His matchup is going to be super for now on the sniper, although it looks like there might be a little bit of scouting and perhaps lane switching. And of course, we also have LFY going offensive up on the top lane. This lane, though, Team Liquid has already scouted out with a observer ward by the Secret Shop. So I think Team Liquid is happy with how the lanes are going. As I say that, though, it seems like there is some lane rotation going up the other way as well. What do you think is kind of the best lane matchup? I feel like they want to actually have the Puck versus the Earthshaker matchup, and it looks like Team Liquid is going to get that.
For me, I look at LFY, and it's maybe less about the matchups. It's more so about the rotations. Will Afu find those early openings to set them up for success? He has been hugely impactful on the Earth Spirit, and probably the same thing for Liquid here, with the Rubik potentially being able to rotate around, set up some early kills with potentially a Fissure to follow that up. But for now, at least, it is going to be the Lone Druid versus Sniper showdown. And this has been a hallmark of Team Liquid and their versatility coming into play, where Matumbaman can sit in that middle lane as a Broodmother, a Lone Druid. They are not fixated on having him in like a traditional safe lane, every game, one position type of role.
Yeah, the big difference is that I think this Lone Druid is very gankable in the mid lane, especially to a hero like Earth Spirit. Sure, you might not kill him in the first gank, but definitely a lot of harass that's going to be coming through. Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, Inflame is just having a really tough time. Just eats fissures, eats a ton of right click. I think GH got like 6 to 7 right clicks on that Puck. Has a phase available, but...
Simultaneously, Miracle also struggling, but the beauty of the Bloodseeker is you just get a few last hits and you'll be right back in it. As Afu looks to equalize the score, gives Mind Control some early harass, but he also takes punishment from Gandalf.
Yeah,
GH getting a lot of early harass in.
This is actually going to be a big problem. As soon as Bloodseeker turns level 2 up on the top lane, he is going to have access into Thirst. And suddenly, I think LFY top lane might crumble a little bit thanks to the big boost of movement speed as well.
They are getting aggressive here. Miracle going in on DDC. Liquid looking for the first blood. The Frost Armor is going to save him, it looks like. But at the same time, Monet unable to punish fully here. Frost Armor certainly will be quite the nuisance for the Lone Druid, for the Bloodseeker, as this game moves along. So a duel here top. Seems like Monet is getting that edge and harass, but just one quick change of auto attacks, Miracle will be right back in it.
Miracle seems to be struggling in terms of the last hit department right now. Of course, the Lich is a big part of that, and every time he does come in for that last hit, just eats at least 2 to 3 right clicks from the Lich as well as the Lifestealer. So they're doing a good job to slow him down.
Our first runes of the game spawning, just an illusion top for now. Super still holding mid, and so far this mid lane looking relatively even. So while we have a moment here, Lumi, let's talk about the Sniper pick. Why Sniper, do you think, for LFY, and how good is he going to be in this game? It's not a hero we see all that frequently.
Well, there's not a really good way for Team Liquid to gap close. I mean, you have Blink Shaker, maybe the Rubik could get close with the lift, but apart from that, if Sniper's position is good enough, he's just going to sit in the back line and just snipe people non-stop every day. So it's a great Sniper pick. I think Rupture could get close, but Miracle needs to really come in from some awkward angle to actually catch the Sniper.
Yeah, maybe we'll see a Shadow Blade here at some point on the Earthshaker. Those mobility items normally are common. It's Inflame. Bit of a juke here on GH. Gonna try to pressure him on the back of this. He's gonna have an orb pulling down soon. This could be the first blood. The fissure comes through. Well, it might be the first blood the other way. Inflame's gotta get the hell out of there. Nice dodge with the phase shift. Now Mind Control still pursuing him through the trees. Looking for the enchant totem connection. Not gonna find it. Dangerous moments as that Earth Spirit could be rolling in any second. He's actually gonna roll away. That will send the Keeper packing back to the base, at least for now.
Now, something I touched on earlier is it's about the rotation, but so far we haven't seen too much of it. It's a true 1v1 in the mid lane, which is quite rare in the current metagame. And I gotta say, Super is definitely holding his own. Normally, the Lone Druid gets a lot stronger at level 5 because your bear gets to now root people, but I think Sniper is one of the better heroes against that because you just get to stay so far back. Whenever the bear comes even close, you get to harass. In fact, the bear has to make the walk of shame into the fountain to regen, so this is looking pretty good.
Quick fountain trip for him. So far, so good for the Sniper. Of course, with the Lich, if there's no kills, you should be passively winning your lane. That said, the Lifestealer slightly down on CS, so pretty early days here, but relatively even start thus far. No major advantage being accrued by either team. Does feel like it's going to come down to some of these rotations. Where does that first Rupture go? Are they able to find a puck pick-off with the Dream Coil? Maybe the supports, the dual ES initiator type heroes can get involved. We'll see. But I mean, everyone pretty content to stay in their lanes. Inflame is going to have to silence Mind Control. They get fissured up a bit. An off-lane Shaker, though, still looking to apply the pressure. Phase shift comes through, but he still gets clipped by the light. Not quite enough damage just yet, but the pressure is there, and this puck is constantly running low on regen. Same time, he is CSing well, so he's able to afford some additional when necessary.
You know, you say passive game is good for the Lich, but at the same time, as an Earth Spirit team, you definitely want to be able to convert some of your early rotations to kills. And this particular top board that Team Liquid has placed is making it tough for Afu to...
It's not going to see this Earth Spirit coming in, though. He's creeping around in the woods. Can he find the opening? Bloodseeker is a possible kill, but not easy. He already has a pretty decent move speed as of now, so
if you could
still
catch
kind of
him,
hesitant.
If you can catch him with Blood Rage on as he comes in for the last hit, as he has now, maybe.
They don't have a whole lot to save though, so they've got to time this just right. And Miracle dueling it out with Monet. They're going to try and save that Boulder Smash rolling forward. And now Miracle getting stunned up. He's a little bit too fast though, because in the bottom lane they're diving the puck. The puck may end up going down in flame. While they don't get the kill, they also save this top lane through the power of the thirst, the fissure. Nearly bringing Inflame down.
Yeah, it was a very lucky break for Miracle. As they started going on the puck, the HP of puck lowers and lowers, activating that thirst, giving that movement speed that he needed to get out of the gank. Very, very slow early game, despite the fact that both teams are aggressively looking for that first blood.
We've seen some of those early rotations, not yet netting kills. Now Matumba Man getting aggressive on Super. The power of the entangling claws can leave the Sniper vulnerable, especially if a rotation comes in. They'll need to keep vision up for Super. He'll have to be very, very careful about his positioning, because look who's coming from behind.
It's only
GH creeps.
Level 1. Oh, he's going to assassinate the bear.
Oh, he wants that kill. Super
300
does
goal.
get it. That's an easy 300, but maybe the punish can come now. Liquid will trade this for a first blood to roll in from Apu. Two-hero connection. First blood to LFY. Bear's down. Now the hero's down. And Kuro might drop as well. Super wants to back away. Ho-ho. Haha.
He's fine.
He's out of there.
Yeah, first blood. They got the bear.
Even forced the mind control TP. That is the ultimate coup here. LFY. On top of that, Afu snags the bounty. Talk about a good start, Lumi.
Oh, for sure. Just look at the net worth differential. Sniper is about 1,000 net worth ahead of the Lone Druid off the bear kill, off the double kill, and the first blood. He's having a beautiful game.
Nearly 1,000 gold up on the Lone Druid, where it was dead even before that. That is a massive exchange. See how Liquid are able to respond now. Does have to resummon. Matumba Man wants a little bit of vengeance here, but Super just calmly plinking away on El Doge. Keeps on punishing it under tower.
And just now we saw the weakness of Team Liquid's draft, where you got the Keeper, you got the Rubik. Neither of those are really good rotation heroes, you know? They come in very slowly, they don't have a lot of burst damage or disable.
You'd love to see the Bloodseeker come, but Miracle's actually only level 4.
That's the Lich for you.
Because of the Lich, even though he's CS'd relatively fine, so no Rupture available. The only other hero that can rotate is the Shaker, and that's a big investment, bringing your offlaner away and just freeing up that bottom lane for the puck. So LFY, it seems like kind of hinging on the sniper and the early movements of Afu have been able to gain an early advantage here. But as mentioned, it is early. Only 7 minutes in. We still haven't seen Liquid ramp up. So many times, Lumi, they've even been very far behind, and then all of a sudden, GH gets that Aghanim Scepter and things completely change. So definitely don't write Liquid off by any means.
I think even as he's working towards Ags, with the draft that LFY has, they can actually apply a ton of pressure. But look at this power jungling that's coming out from GH in the jungle. Stacks multiple camps, one Illuminate hits both. I mean, that force stamp is coming really soon.
This guy's an auto god.
Yeah, that's how you do it, boys.
Already level 4. He's basically there with Miracle, which is probably not what Liquid wanted, but they'll be happy that GH has his good start nonetheless.
He is missing some of the experience that he's gaining from the left camp, but you know, for Kato, he's worried about gold. Okay, here comes Afu.
Afu says, great, I'll have some of these. Leeching it up, might even be able to steal more. And in comes the rotation. They don't want Afu to get this for free. Lone Druid flanking him from behind. Up the ramp comes Eldoge, rolling away to the right, and a TP out. No chance of stopping Afu. The Shaker currently at the tier 1, too far to rotate. Could be an ongoing issue for Liquid until these until the Shaker and the Rubik get some items. They don't have that many ways to cancel these TPs.
Yeah.
Maybe a lucky route, but the bear has to get there.
LD, would you say this is one of the most successful Lich game we've seen? We haven't seen him give away early kills.
He just got to sit in a lane, deny creeps, and didn't die.
It's like a very slow...
That's successful as far as what you want to do as a Lich.
Yeah, and look at Miracle's level, right? As we see the bear just having a ton of issues on the mid lane.
It's almost in that assassinate kill range.
Look at the level differential. You have a level 5 Bloodseeker to a level 9 sniper in the mid lane that's just blinking away.
And that's just a hard matchup in general, right? Like, as Bloodseeker, you have to run in. You know, you don't normally see the hero build like anything that lets you jump, and even if you do, the sniper's probably going to win the man fight with this kind of an advantage. So Miracle's going to have his work cut out for him as LFY look to set up. Afu lurking on the high ground. DDC has the chain cross. They can go for this. Boulder smash up the mark. They still lob it in. Will it bounce back? It does. They need a little more damage, though. He also whiffed there on the roll forward, and Miracle scoots away. Easy dodge for him. Still the pressure, though, Lumi. Despite the failed kill, they could force him back for a little bit, and they could pressure this tower with the Lifestealer. But Liquid looks like they might want to try to contest this. They're thinking about it. They've given that bottom lane to GH. They have rotated mind control very early on the Shaker. Freeze up mid. Where Matumba Man starts to work on the tier 1. Bounty Rune spawning. LFY gonna TP Sniper back to mid. Mask of Madness already complete. Just so difficult to punish this Sniper with all the mobility he has now, but GH is gonna try, just blasting him from the side. He shrugs it off.
Yeah, he's got the regen from the Mask of Madness as well, so he's not too worried about that. I really love this build. The mobility is going to help out against a team that can't immediately jump on you.
Afu, nice silence there. They were thinking about an Echo Slam commitment. It won't be possible. All the while, Monet quietly farming on the top lane. And so things obviously going really well for LFY Lumi. The puck catching up nicely. They have the threat of the infest bombs later on this game.
Oh, that thought out the level 6 Bloodseeker. Guess where he's going on the mid lane? Can he get close enough for that rupture?
Super has already spent his gold, so it'll be as minimal as possible damage-wise, but in the bottom lane, in Flame, looking to bring GH down. The orb comes through, beautiful connection. Scores the kill, but they might get the trade. They need to kill this sniper off. Rupture, flipped, into the claws, stands his ground. He will fall. Super down for the count, and no ability to punish with that puck coil committed.
In Flame ports back in.
Even getting rooted here.
It's fine.
Well, John Wayne, meanwhile, top. Dive in from Afu. They see the opening. Shaker has the Echo ready, but LFY bringing in the Lifestealer. Boulder smash through. Could go for the Rage play. Will they have the damage to bring him down? There is a Chain Frost. Might just want to lob it in. No, the silence time just right. LFY leave no stone unturned as they take down the Shaker.
EDC will pour it out from that Blood Rage. Yep, he's out. Blood Right, rather. And everyone gets out clean.
Back and forth exchanges around the map. They do kill the Sniper, but again, he had already spent his gold. He's still over 1,000 up on the Lone Druid.
In fact, look at the net worth. All 3 of LFY.
They're moving on to Miracle here. Open wounds to start. Rolling Boulder forward, and now Afu commitment with the kick. Scores the Miracle kill. Oh.
One more hit. They will get it.
Gets him again. This is not the kind of Bloodseeker game that we've seen on the road to the finals.
Not over yet. Mid lane, Puck has an Invis Room. He scouts out Matumba Man. Coil is available.
This is not a solo kill.
Yeah, he needs a sniper to be nearby, but sniper, it's like, I'm going to sit in the mid lane.
If Matumba Man comes back to mid, perhaps they do go for that, but instead there's a dire scan bottom. They're going to rotate that way. They maybe dodge the skank and get a tower. Still, as good as the game's been for LFY early, they've yet to take a tower down.
There's a lot of teleport scroll on the side of LFY. They could just coil and port in. There is the one.
Do they want to, though? It's already too late. Tower's down, but maybe they can at least
Snipers
get the kill. Matumba Man caught out. Could be another death for the Bear. Tries for the TP. Not going to happen. Matumba falls once more, and still LFY grabbing their own tower in the top lane, so they do answer back. A 1-for-1 tower trade, but the kills, those precious kills, are all going LFY's way.
This is a fairly common sight for Team Liquid. Whenever they run the Coddle, they do struggle in the laning stage. They do tend to fall a little bit behind in terms of kills, towers, and net worth. But as soon as that Axe comes online, you know, the team just roars back.
Yeah, he does love to go for the Force Staff first and then into the Axe. Just get that utility item to help your team. As they converge on the bottom lane here, they're trying to set up. Looking for the Shaker pickoff in Flame with the Rolling Boulder. Beautiful connection, but the interruption might come through. First, committing the Earthshaker
Assassinate.
ultimate. Assassinate finishes the job. A little bit of extra damage. All they need. Apu will fall. Sniper has to back away as he watches the Fairy Dragon get shredded. And while that was all happening a bit earlier in the mid lane, GH did deny the tower. So that was another tower down for LFY, but the gold will be diminished.
Yeah, that was a critical death here on the Puck. He's so close to the Blink Dagger, sitting at 1500 after the death. Had he actually made it out from that gank, that would have been really good for LFY. Instead, 2-for-1 trade, good recovery here from Team Liquid. But the question is, what are they doing for this sniper? Like, he is just free farming. Nobody's actually successful at ganking him, apart from that one gank on the mid lane. I don't think that's enough here to slow down Super.
Is there a point for you this game, Lumi, where Sniper kind of enters God mode? You know, where he's just so strong that no one can get in range of him? Like, we have seen those Sniper games, especially back in the old ho-ho-ha-ha days, where he just would sit back with a Mask of Madness, BKB, a couple of key items, and someone walks towards him to initiate, he just kills them before they even get in range.
I think it will be super hard for him to get to that point. Hold that thought, Afu finds GH. Good force that, but he's up on a cliff. Do they actually know that he dropped the ward?
Yes,
Chain
sir,
Frost
they
is
certainly
there.
do. The blinding light is there, pushing them away, and Monet tries to claw on him somehow. Those paws reaching up the cliff, the invest from distance. Monet, that was a beautiful piece of art. Gets the kill. Can they push now? They want to group up mid, and with the Keeper of the Light down, seems like they're thinking about it, but they also have to deal with this pressure coming bottom. It's been shoved in. And Liquid are responding with a double Midas here. The Lone Druid Midas, I believe, just been picked up. Now going towards the Radiance, has about 900 gold banked already towards it. And Miracle also closing in on his own recipe. So Liquid definitely hoping to slow this game down, but Mind Control, he could be the sacrificial lamb. The Shaker rumbles into this top lane. The ward was planted down. Mind Control, Fissure, but now he's got nothing left to save him. Rolling forward, or off the mark, but they don't even need it. Kill secured. Tower will stay up, at least for now.
Yeah, critical kills on these Blink Dagger buyers. Shaker was at 1400, now down to 12. Meanwhile, Puck, just
very
about 100
close
gold.
to me.
Yeah.
Kuro will get the deny here. GH does have the Force Staff ready, but still the coil is available.
They got coil ready, yeah.
They can go for this. The coil could even hit too, but Kuro's there with
kick. Oh my god!
Abu, he shoots. Will he score? The blinding light comes through. Now the assassinate orb will connect, and down goes GH. The tower now in jeopardy as LFY looking for that next objective. The Frost Armor lets Super tank it up, already completing the Dragon Lance, so the range increases. We talked about the gap close problem for Liquid. It's only exacerbated with these item selections.
Yeah, I guess these silver linings that you have Rupture, so defensive force staffs on the sniper is not as useful, but still, that's assuming you get close enough.
They're gonna fight. They're gonna fight. LFY moving in. Bear coming forward. And now Liquid continue to chase Arnie. One TP out. Savage Roar won't find him. Lich waltzing away, floating back to safety. And still Liquid are committing for this. I think they're not going to find anyone. Oh, maybe they get the Lich. Maybe they get the Lich.
Oh, they don't.
Even if they do, even if they do, what does it really matter?
Yeah. He is level 8, fairly high level hero for position 5. But I think the most impressive thing is that LFY is able to get so much towers without losing their own, right? You're playing against a Lone Druid. And despite of that, they have lost one tier 1 tower, and they're applying so much pressure across the map. I think this has definitely slowed down GH's Aghanim Scepter quite a bit. He's only closing in to the point booster. The team isn't really good at stealing Roche. They're not very good at taking towers, well, in a kind of straight up siege fight right now, so.
Is this the way Liquid wanted to execute their draft? Do you see them as a lineup that wants to sit back, go double Midas, just kind of farm and dodge fights?
No, I think they definitely expected a lot more out of the laning stage. The Midas on the Bloodseeker is a reaction to the fact that he's so under-leveled.
They're converging on top. They're trying to catch out the Shaker. Mind Control's there with the Fissure, but in comes the Chain Frost. Out goes the Magnetize. Again, Afu on point with these kicks. Takes the Shaker down once more. Still no blink. We've seen blinks as early as like that 13, 14 minute mark. You go back to that XXS offlane Shaker game.
Most support positions, when they have a good game, they find it around 15, 16, but you know, this is a very tough game for him. And he's got, to me, a decent lane matchup.
Infest Bomb is hunting. GH is going to be caught. There's the coil to jump. And another kill. LFY continue to punish. You mentioned the importance of Blink Dagger, and it's just LFY able to constantly pounce here now.
And the thing is, LFY is able to do this without having any vision into the Radiant jungle, or Dire jungle, excuse me. Team Liquid is going to get spooked. He's like, how are they seeing us? Where are they constantly finding us? They might need to go into D-ward, but there are no wards to be dewarded. As this is happening, LFY continues to apply pressure.
They're converting these into tower kills. The tier 2s are now both down mid and top. It, in theory, opens the way for Roche. Though you do look at LFY and say how they're not a very fast Roche team, Newbee. No Midas armor here. They're tanky with the Frost armor, but it's something that Liquid could potentially respond to.
Yeah, Monet is also not working for a Desolator, which you sometimes see. I think objectively, they're just looking to kill people and apply pressure as opposed to, you know, taking buildings.
Not again. Miracle. Not again. Miracle trapped out once more. LFY, no mercy. Throws in a Wayward Rupture, but in Flame shrugs it off.
Does not care. Well, Team Liquid needs to resort to split push. And that's kind of what they do. They do have some very good vision in the enemy jungle. In fact, this one will scout out super. Do they have enough to get the skill? They need this skill.
He's out a bit far, but he slowly works his way back to the left. And Liquid are too scared to walk down that hill. You compare it to Game 2 yesterday, Lumi, where that was the no-fly zone for their opponents, but they don't have that Broodmother infestation. They don't have the 11, 12K net worth advantage. And they don't really have the reliable initiation.
Yeah. The Blink Shaker is so important, and they just don't have it.
Finally has picked it up. Mind Control just got it now. So perhaps Liquid can start making some plays.
Yeah.
This could be the start of a comeback.
I love the vision over here. This is where they're going to live for the next couple of minutes. And if they get super once or twice, or maybe get the life stealer once or twice, they could be right back in this game. Because now your bear is also big enough where you could convert these kills into very quick tower pushes. The Relic is, to me, flying in as well on the corridor.
Liquid mustering reinforcements. At the same time, like, they have invaded this LFY jungle, but it's almost as though they don't have an alternative choice. They smoke under a ward. Liquid could catch LFY napping here as they rotate. Bear out in front. LFY keep on going. Still that smoke. And Liquid retreat. Do they want to spring a trap here? They're setting up with an Illuminate. Ward's getting planted as they look to breach high ground. They're lacking the Bloodseeker for this fight, and in goes the puck. The smoke's gonna break. Orb coming through. He finds Mind Control. They get off the silence. LFY, the gift that keeps on giving. Another pick for them.
This is really reminding me of that Mind Control.
Radiant Scan even found someone bottom.
Okay. Sniper.
He's hiding in the trees. DDC's hunting. Shrapnel coming through.
One more Shrapnel.
Scurrying the hell back towards
Everyone
safety.
is out.
TP. Get the hell out, Liquid. The ward, meanwhile, does see that lone druid mid. And Afu is looking for a further pounce. LFY, they're the ones constantly going for these ganks, going for these initiations, and they find Matumba Man. Savage Roar's there.
Hugs coming in
Gets
here.
him back to safety. Now the Boulder Smash forced out. And now the TP's come. They do have the Shrine. This could be dangerous for LFY, and they know it. They're going to back away.
Even though these kind of moves are not really converting into kills for LFY, they are still applying a ton of pressure where GH doesn't get to stack camps, doesn't need to get to farm.
And they might just get this tower bottom. Like,
they will get it.
If they get no kills out of that sequence of events, and they will, Monet grabbing the tier 1 in the bottom lane, that's 5 towers for LFY. Liquid have taken 1.
Yeah, they're also doing a very good job to make sure that no split push is happening. That's something that Team Liquid has been very good at. Yeah, sure, they fall behind a couple thousand gold, but then, you know, GH is across the map, pressuring your towers. And now look at the next move, LFY.
They're going to run into this puck up top. Starts with the silence.
Yeah, doesn't have enough by himself.
Wisely not picking that fight. Kuro instantly dewarded the lane ward mid, so LFY are playing quite a bit in the dark around this map. Only 1 ward, I believe, standing right now. A proud ward. Silence. Blink orb, and now the TPs are coming in. They might take this fight. Miracle, he's committed the silence already. 3 heroes coming in. The Vest Bomb revving up. See a TP to that bottom shrine. Liquid continue to play this game of footsie, of keep away. Trying to poke and prod at LFY, but not looking for actual head-on fights, at least not yet.
Yeah, I think a slow game also benefits LFY right now as the sniper gets completely out of control. I love the medallion lich pickup. You talked about how LFY does Roshan very slowly. Now they have the option to get a quick kill with the Life Stealer bomb and then go right into the Roshan. Take even more objective.
They're moving down mid. Bloodseeker, if he farms this next wave, could be caught. The smoke is there. It's actually broken on the lich.
They're
now running forward, still committing for this. The bear's already out of there. Liquid continuing to dodge these ganks for the most part. GH closing in on the Ags. It could be a painful time to lose him. But he hugs the tower for now. The Force Staff won't save him if the coil comes ripping through. And now the orb. Does he commit? Yes, they do. They get the coil. Silence as well. Pushing himself back and away, but the raging Life Stealer chews him up, spits him out. And now the tower might just fall. LFY could be taking the last outer tower. Sub 25 minutes. We've seen Liquid play these long, drawn-out games, Lumi, and prevail, but often it's from a significant advantage. Now they may be doing it from a significant deficit. They'll try to trade here. They're going to rotate 3 to the top side, maybe try and push that tower down, but I don't even know if they get it. LFY have all 5 alive, and they could commit to a defense, so perhaps LFY has their cake and eats it too.
Yeah, the puck is probably the most important person to TP back.
They are TPing. But not straight to the tower. They're lacking the coil for now. The bear munching rapidly, looking to bring this tier 1 down, and Liquid are in position. Rolling from the sides, they commit the glyph, and now the Infest Bomb forward, trying to bring down Matumba. On the side of this fight, there was an echo. Commitment for Super, they take him down. They couldn't kill the bear. They lack the firepower. LFY, finally Liquid finding their opening, but can they deal with the Life Stealer? The kick comes through, slowing the bear down. On the backline, Kuro got picked off in the chase forward onto Miracle. Monet chewing into it, but needs a little lockdown as Afu tries to deal with Matumba Man. They're biting off more than they can chew. Finally, they will slay Miracle, and now they want Matumba Man. In comes In Flame, grabs him at the buzzer with the Yule. Another kill for LFY. A 2 for 3. But they hold the tower, Lumi.
To 5. 7K net worth lead. Checking on GH. Normally his timing to finish the Force and Axe is about 21, 22 minutes. We're closing on 26, and he's only halfway there to the Axe. We're going to see this fight one more time. They did pick off the sniper, which is pretty good at the first half of the fight, but they threw everything on the sniper. They committed the Echo Slam, they committed the Rupture, and without those spells, they just don't have enough to take the second half of the fight. There's no escape coming out from this essentially race car build from Monet, and they just chase him down.
I'm still not feeling the presence of the Bloodseekers in these fights. So often the Life Stealer just mans up on him, rages, and just doesn't care about that silence, and Bloodseeker is not really able to be a threat. Like, when we saw Newbee running the hero yesterday, pretty much all the recent Bloodseeker games, he's been hugely impactful.
I mean, the difference is the fact that there is a Lich in this game. His level 6 was delayed to, like, I think minute 11 or something. And even after he's got his level 6, the Rupture ganks, I think that was the second successful Rupture gank we've seen in about 26 minutes of gameplay.
And that was a pretty risky maneuver by LFY. TPing into the Shrine, they knew Liquid had to be going for that aggressive push as they forfeited the tower bottom. All 4 heroes were missing, so they kind of knew what they were walking into, and they still took the fight.
Yep. Well, we're closing in on a BKB on the sniper. once he's got that, I don't think he'll die in the engagement that he just died on. So
the way he died in that fight was he TP'd in like on the shrine with 3 Liquid heroes behind him. If they're going for a siege, it's tougher for Liquid to get that type of flank off.
You were asking me earlier, you know, what makes Super into a Superman status on the sniper. I think this BKB will kind of tie him over to that point. But more than anything, though, it's about vision and his positioning. So far, I think Team Liquid has done a very good job in terms of the vision game, but I expect as LFY begin to siege these tier 2s and high ground, that they're going to have sufficient vision to make sure that they don't get ganked and flanked.
As you mentioned, BKB complete. We can take a look at the items coming out now for both squads. DDC grabbed the gem, has the medallion, so Roach potential is ramping up. You can see Inflame well on his way to a Linked Sphere pickup. Great tool against the Bloodseeker especially. Monet, as mentioned, did grab the Deso, now an Assault Cuirass being queued up. So across the board, LFY getting their items, even the Blink on Afu, and perhaps the most important tool for them. They have another way to initiate with these Lifestealer bombs.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Normally, when you see a Puck on the map, you're like, okay, you know, we're safe to farm, because Puck is the most reliable way to initiate with a Lifestealer. And now, Afu, the way that he plays, he's constantly off the map. He's mostly hiding inside the trees. And as Team Liquid, you just gotta be afraid, you know, is it a Lifestealer and a Earthshaker?
They jump in, they find Miracle on the high ground, and they munch him. LFY, easy pick for them.
That's a 60-second death timer on Bloodseeker. They could
He has the buyback. They are pushing out this bottom lane.
Just go Roche, right?
But as you mentioned, Roche, right there for the taking. We'll see a Mask of Madness picked up here by Matumba Man. Now he's doing this into a sniper, into a Lifestealer with the Desolator. Feels like a split push item, Lumi. Does not feel like an item that's going to let this bear fight.
Also, would not surprise me at all if Matumba Man wants to keep on split pushing. He's going to go for the Aghanim Scepter. If he's looking to fight more head-on, you know, building items like an AC would help out there. We'll see where he thinks this game is going to go to, but I'm leaning with you, LD. I feel like this is going to be a split push game for Team Liquid to come back on.
Do you like them in that type of battle? Does their lineup... You have to keep her the light, right? You've got a hero that's really good in those spread-out type of maps. Bloodseeker, in theory, excels when heroes are isolated, can be picked off. The Lone Druid with an axe could be a threat, but can they get there? That's the other big question. LFY are ramping up for an early high ground assault. The AC is still being worked on. But aside from that, like, you've got one of the best high ground siegers in the game with Sniper.
Yeah.
And with the BKB, unlikely that they can gap close on him.
It also comes down to whether Liquid think they could actually still do their frontal push that they always love to do with the Aghanim Scepter finish on the Keeper of Light. If you do want to do that 5-man group up, obviously the AC on the bear is much more beneficial in that type of playstyle. It just comes down to whether they think they're going to be the pushing or whether they need a rat.
It definitely feels like they think they need to rat, at least for now. You see the bear off the bottom lane. One thing that's been crucial for limiting their ability to do that was the gem pickup on the Lich. Previously, Liquid had 3-4 wards on this southern side of the map. It actually allowed them to see that LFY smoke gank coming. Now they don't. So Matumba Man hides in the trees. He lets the Radiance Burn do the work bottom, but you don't really see the Bloodseeker actively farming the map. You don't see anyone from Liquid confident to show in a lane. Sure, they're hiding in the trees trying to get out, but they're not hitting creeps.
The other big thing is that we haven't seen any kind of solo Shaker pickoff, right? Throughout this entire tournament, you see GH, you see XSS. Whenever they just finish that Blink Dagger on Shaker, they're off the map and they're finding individual kills. We haven't seen that from Mind Control, partly due to the fact that the Blink Dagger was so delayed, but also the lack of vision. The gem, again, doing a lot of work here in this game.
It sounds really bad for Liquid. At the same time, they're down 14 kills. They're only down 6,000 gold.
It's more that they're down, yeah, they're only down 6k gold, but they just can't go out to get more
they might find Mind Control. Hey, buddy. Inflame comes in. Monet pops out. Mind Control. Dodging, blinking away. Does make it out to safety. But you know, LFY, they see the way Liquid wants to play this. They're hunting in the tree lines. They're dewarding the map. They're constantly scouting for heroes off on their own as Afu sets up mid. He's going to make the move on the Miracle here. Will there be a counter? LFY punishing Liquid in their home turf. The magnetized pretty Miracle low. Gets to the shrine. Taps it and stays alive.
Sniper could not get vision for the assassinate. And Miracle is out. Shrine getting him back up.
It does say a lot about how LFY, how confident they feel. They're diving heroes under the shadow of a tier 3 tower, unafraid that Liquid can respond. And they're doing it just with a squad of 2, maybe 3.
Let's see how the game changes, because we are approaching daytime, and I think that's where the Aghanim Scepter of GH will allow them to get a little bit of vision back.
They find Matoma lurking in the trees. Monet gets onto him. The bear blocks the path, but the coil
Savage
is
Roar,
the
perhaps?
answer. Savage Roar, not a matter.
Yeah.
LFY slaughter that bear again. He can kill creeps, but he cannot fight heroes.
We'll see if LFY decides to go on the high ground. They still have the Aegis on the Lifeslayer. He can be a great person to siege in the front line. Very resistant to the Team Liquid defense of things like Savage Roar, Blinding Light, Illuminate. And here it comes. But they are pushing daytime into a Keeper of the Light with Ag, so...
They do get a stun here into a silence and an echo commitment. Out pops the Lifestealer, gets to work with a 4-step away. Good start for Liquid, they bring the puck down. Coil not available for this fight. Bloodseeker on the run though, being brought low. Monet finishes him off, but has he overextended. Gets lifted up, still keeps the siege going to Super. Goes for the assassinate. The smoke does by Burrow! Sick plays by him, still though, they're in trouble. Lumi, Chain Frost comes through. Mind Control on the run. Liquid pulling out all the stops, but might not have the answers anyway. Monet diving deeper, forces them on their heels. The roll, the commitment from LFY. They force the buybacks out, they will lose their Aegis. Perhaps in too far, a gem casually on the floor, but coming in late. This is where the Radiance could be super impactful. No BKB, LFY, they've overplayed their hand, they're gonna lose the sniper.
They ping out the gem, somebody pick up the gem.
Wants to get away, somebody grab it, somebody grab it. Kuro going for the assassinate, but the blink dodge.
Very smart TP by Matumba Man. He sees his teammates being dived, he TPs in front of his building and go for it, but now might be a little bit of trouble here.
He's still going in. He's still diving deeper. The kick is there from Afu. The committing from Matumba Man. They kill him under his own tier 4.
Nothing.
LFY are not scared of Liquid.
Assassinate flying in. Afu doesn't care. He's tanky enough for that, and now they go back. They have the cake.
They're going to TP into the shrine, though.
Okay,
Look for the
Bloodseeker's
rupture.
back wing.
Blink into the trees. Miracle. Who's he going to find? Monet TPs. He's gone too.
Everybody's gone.
Unbelievable. Fearless. LFY are styling on Liquid right now. Liquid pulling out all the stops with these individual plays, but it's just the raw punching power. They just can't seem to deal with Monet right now.
Very good initiations to start the fight, to try to blow up the puck, and they do, but critically, this team fight, look at the way that it's initiated. Puck jumps in, and then Afu jumps in, and all the meanwhile, the guy that's off camera right now is shooting at everybody. Sniper pops a BKB and just go in. We've been mentioning there is no answer for the sniper until Matumba Man survives and come back, and then he TPs behind the tower. He then gets to do some stuff, but if the sniper is in position, he will ruin the game for Team Liquid.
I mean, that was pretty much like the best possible execution Liquid could have dreamed for, right? They get a clean kill on the puck to start the fight with the combo. Not easy to do when he has a Liquid Sphere and a Yule Scepter. On top of that, you smoke dodge the assassinate. You almost manage to steal the gem. The Lone Druid comes in late when Lifestealer is retreating and actually is able to do damage with his bear. And even then, LFY are still diving you deep, forcing heroes to die, and even forcing out that Rubik buyback. So that's like the dream scenario. Liquid have to keep on playing this well.
Yes.
To avoid getting run over by the LFY machine.
This might be the smoke that will turn the tide of the battle. It is daytime. They got the GH vision. But look at LFY's positioning. They know that's coming.
This is like the reverse Night Stalker. You know, when it's nighttime you hide, it's when it's daytime you hide.
Yeah. I mean, LFY knows that the only way they will fall behind now, and they
double smoke.
Yeah, they are
Nobody
so
ever
desperate.
sees the double smoke
They are
coming.
so desperate to find something, but LFY just knows they're going to sit here.
There's no Roche to take. There's nothing really to lose except the tower, but Liquid are not going to walk in for a headlock siege, and now LFY, now they leave their base. They're in Liquid's head, Lumi. That might not mean they win the fight, though. Liquid on the low ground, but they have the flying vision they could set up here. Look for the initiation. Who's going to get the jump? Afu has been the solution so often, but they actually head south. The climax, it fades away. We won't get that big fight yet.
Back to farming. It is nighttime, and ironically, it's the time that LFY wishes for. You gotta keep in mind that the Dire pop double smoke. They are still working with a vision disadvantage thanks to the gem. Supports are super poor on the side of Team Liquid. There is no answer to Sniper. This Lifestealer is already getting to be fairly big. And of course, on the other side, Miracle has still been struggling.
Sniper, if he wants to buy it, has an MKB.
MKB is going to be fairly important when it comes to playing against Blinding Light.
You've got a Halberd to worry about this game. You have the Blinding Light, as mentioned. You have that Radiance, so it's a pretty important pickup, as you mentioned.
Although, you know, more than
even
all
a
of these,
Solar Crest on the Bear.
More than any of these items, though, still it just comes down to position, right? Because
Vision and Initiation.
Yeah. If you just get ruptured as a sniper, then suddenly your game gets really hard.
They're hunting Kuro. Bullet dodged. They are going to pick up a gem. And one thing that was really a crucial part of that last fight, where we saw a ton of sick individual plays in the combat, was just the fact that LFY got away with the gem.
Yep.
So they held onto it for DDC. Liquid would have loved to be able to deward the map, maybe gain vision supremacy, but now darkness falls again, and LFY start to move in. And you can really see this yin and yang of the mid game, where when it's daytime, LFY are going to play safe, especially if Roche is not up. And when it's nighttime, that's when they get aggressive. That's when they roam, looking for pickoffs.
Mind Control seeking these individual solo kills, just waiting for somebody to be farming these waves. And he might get it here. Puck rotating in, but he gives up his positioning here by the fissure. Simultaneously, the split push continues with Matumba Man. And he does have that point booster, so he definitely is going for the Aghanim Scepter build.
Ags Mask of Madness, and we have seen Liquid, if you go back to game 2 yesterday where they advanced to the lower bracket finals, they lost 4 heroes in the team fight, and they took a lane of Rax, and basically that was the trump card that won them the game. So this is a team that knows how to win by dodging fights, by baiting you into fights and going for key objectives. LFY will constantly have to remain vigilant that they don't give up any freebies. But they have tier 2s, Libby, at least mid and top. So options for Liquid to go for that split push, that bait of sorts, are fairly limited for now.
And I feel like every second that this game goes on, LFY is just getting a little bit more from the map. Roshan spawns, moves C quickly, LFY demolishes it. And now this is Aegis and Cheese. Cheese most likely going towards Super.
Maybe just grab the Aegis, Monet the Cheese. No, Monet will grab the Aegis.
Either way.
Cheese to Sniper. Extra lives for the cores, and LFY still all according to plan for them. They haven't managed to crack this Liquid defense fully. They constantly hunt through the tree lines, searching for the Shaker, for the Lone Druid. Even killing the Spirit Bear is a nice consolation prize for them, but you can see Mind Control just digging his way deeper, tunneling through these trees on the left side of the map. Always trying to stay invisible and just looking for openings. Even a kill on a Lich could open the way to potentially do a bit of split pushing.
I mean, at the same time, he also has no vision, right? So he's kind of sitting in the trees blind.
You don't want to send your base, because then you're just doing nothing. But
he's kind of doing nothing in the tree.
But hey, if you're in the tree line, maybe that nothing turns into something.
Okay. I mean, the cup is half full, I suppose.
Still in flame, hunting, hunting, hunting. Not gonna find GH though. Meanwhile, Mind Control, he pops out top. Game of cat and mouse here.
And I do believe, again, Team Liquid dodges yet another very dangerous phase of the game. It is daytime soon, so maybe now they go for yet another smoke angle.
Smokes are a precious resource in a game like this, and that was why it was kind of important to note that Liquid blew 2 in that last venture. Normally you won't see that kind of commitment.
Yep. Also, I would say adding to that list, scans are very important as well. When you have so many people hiding in trees,
in the late game, you look a lot at buybacks and item pickups, Aegis and Roche as being crucial. I would say this part of the game, the smokes and the scans are probably a bit more important in most cases.
And maybe even the number of wards, in your shop.
And the gems to go along with that.
Any kind of way to get a positional advantage, vision advantage. And
they're
now
gonna move in. They try to jump Miracle. They're gonna set up. He's got a BKB. They might be able to force it out. Boulder Smash, but the Fissure interrupts. Mind Control timing it right, pushing Monet away. And they'll get that Bloodseeker back to safety. But you can see 2 of these lanes are shoving in, and LFY can see very deeply tucked behind his team. Super can begin to chip from low to high. Monet, he thrashes this tower, rapidly bring down a quick snipe. Dagon is up on the puck. Didn't even have to use it there.
That was
Rubik has no buyback. This is a pretty big kill.
Yeah, very good snipe on the Rubik, because he just saw Shrapnel. Shrapnel is fairly annoying against a pushing lineup.
So they get one. They're going to rev up for a follow-up Infest. They're going to TP away to bottom lane. Maybe they just go for this bear kill. Would be a juicy one. They pop the lifestealer out, kill up these creeps, rage onto the bear.
And this will limit the split push if they can finish it down. Eldoge with the Savage Roll.
Shakers on the chase.
Flames committed. Meanwhile, they are hunting for heroes. Super gets up to low ground, or up to high ground and way to safety.
Yep.
Again, that is what Liquid want to do. They want to pull LFY apart, spread them out, and then find openings. The gaps in the armor.
There are no gaps in the armor right now. You got Frost armor.
It fills everything in. You'd think Liquid would be masters of it, given their name and all. So far, it's not proven to be the case here.
Also, we're getting to a point where, as we see, Team Liquid has to worry about the bear's survivability. There's way more than enough damage to kill the bear over and over again. So this split push game plan is very safe. At the same time, the bear is 300 a pop whenever it dies. On a very long cooldown as well.
You kind of look at it like we're going to feed the bear. It's about limiting how many times it dies and trying to push as much as possible.
Right, and how much time you could delay with the bears.
It's a min-max problem, but you accept there will be some deaths.
Yep. High ground temp, number 2, this time with the double damage.
They try to hold the line here. The bear is off split pushing. The tower drops rapidly. Now
ping him out.
Moving in on America with the BKB. The Echo commitment with the sniper. BKB counterplay now. He's still getting the cheese. The courier dies, but more importantly, Matumba Man might fall. Pushed away. Chewing forward. Monet gets Savage Roar back, but Afu. He's committed to this. Blinks in.
Assassinate.
Looks for the kill. And get it too. Back for the melee. No, they want more. They bring down a few. Liquid scrambling the buyback. Sounding the alarm. The base is under siege, but in the top lane, the bear is split pushing. It's going to take the melee. Liquid will get a Rex of their own. Can they hold the line? Melee is still up for Liquid. This might actually be a win for them. LFY need more kills. They need to get back soon. They got to commit to something, Lumi. Monet's going to take a melee in his own right, even through the backdoor protection, so 1-for-1. But the bear Drakes creeps bottom, and Liquid got a whole lane.
How are they doing all of this? Finally, the TP comes out. The bear could quickly retreat.
Got another tower.
Yeah, he's going to get a tier 3. And now
TPs. They're going to stun up the pump. He won't get back. Doesn't have it. Now the tower down. The Savage Roar and retreat. Liquid again and again. The rat tactics are working. They might get more.
They're going to get the sniper. They are going to get the sniper. Puck is on the retreat. He's very low in terms of mana. Kuroki trying to lock him down.
Into the trees.
Do they know?
Catch him. No
they need vision. No
they got to do it blind. They assume he made it to the low ground, and Monet is lurching forward under a dire ward. Shrines are now opened up. How does Liquid keep on pulling it off? They're down 21 kills. They're down 11,000 gold. They can't fight head on, but somehow the base trade was successful.
Wow. Split push from Matumba Man. We said that might be the way to do it, but we didn't really think that he was going to do it.
TPs are essential for LFY. Boots of travel. Definitely something that we're going to want to put in the quick buy. You can already see the sniper of Super recognizes it. He needs that extra bit of mobility. They can easily get outmaneuvered here by Liquid.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to TP during daytime, right? GH is going to provide the vision. You got the Shaker with a long range disable. So, on this big stage, we've seen some big TP cancels, taking me back to TI3, but stuff like this could happen in this game as well.
Mind Control did manage to complete a couple of extra items here. Let's go with that Blake, the Force Staff, the Shadow Blade. Crucial for giving you the mobility to catch those fleeing heroes who just want to go home and defend the base. LFY are going to head out on a journey, an expedition for a kill. Buybacks become very important in these base race scenarios where Inflame is hooked and he's going to scout out Matumba Man. They're going to try to jump him, but the Lifestealer popped out too early. Monet premature from him. And now they'll have to settle for something else, the Rubik. Meanwhile, the bear is already moving in top. They might try to go for the split push, but it won't be quick enough. LFY can back a hero or two if they want. In fact, the ping is already there. Super knows somebody has to stay home. Somebody has to keep the fires burning.
Normally in a situation like this, you get a kill, you go for an objective, but LFY, they're so pressure on the side lanes that they get a kill and they have to go back and defend. So these kills aren't really that big of a deal here for Team Liquid. Big waves pushing in top and bottom. And now, you've been mentioning the whole game, LD. Now the map gets stretched open. That's where heroes like Bloodseeker gets much stronger.
They're looking for mind control. Abu, is he going to find him? Walks right into him. Okay. 2 ESs crossing in the night. Who's going to get the kill first? Boulder Smash coming through. Follow-up is there from DDC.
Shadow Blade.
With the Shadow Blade.
He's out.
Homies. He gets out of there. Gem can't be everywhere. Inflame can't be everywhere. But Liquid, maybe everywhere. They can.
Yeah, they are everywhere.
You got dudes in the tree, you got the global recall happening in, and this is all during nighttime. Daytime, I think we're going to see Team Liquid come in alive again. And most importantly, Miracle nearing that level 25. How often have we seen that cooldown on the Blood Rite being so damn annoying against pushing lineups?
This game could end in one fight. We are 47 minutes in. Both teams have claimed a melee. Tier 3 exposed additionally for Liquid bottom. So we could see a rush towards the throne. We could see Megas instantly grabbed by both teams. LFY do have the boots of travel. BOT level 2 could well be the next selection for them. And then all of a sudden you've got 3, maybe 4 heroes that can instantly arrive at the Liquid base, win in a split push ward perhaps.
Yeah.
But it's always dangerous base racing the Spirit Bear.
This is where, you know, having buybacks is super crucial. Super maintaining his. Inflame also has his. So in terms of LFY's defense, even if they lose a hero or two, they should be able to defend their base. And I think Sniper is nearing the God mode territory, but still.
Frost Armor could also be MVP. DDC, maybe not the sexiest hero, the Lich. Not necessarily the one you take home at night, but Frost Armor can get the job done, Lumi.
Team Liquid smoking at nighttime. This might catch LFY off guard. They've been playing very cavalier during nighttime, thinking that the smoke ganks won't be coming, but Sniper shows his face on the mid lane.
He's
they
got
get Sniper
BKB,
here, that would be huge.
But if they can combo him, they can kill him. They've got Blitz,
Shaker,
they've got Force. If he comes too far down the river, he could be punished. DDC nearby, they might even get more than one. Liquid moving in, they're gonna scout Super right as he gets up the BKB. Mind control went for the Lich, and now he's gonna try to walk into this. Miracle retreating out. The BKB's not doing all that much. The Bear's still smacking him. Super's being controlled for now. He gets pushed away, he dies! He bleeds out to the Rupture. Now Liquid want to retreat. Miracle's BKB expiring soon. Can he win the man fight? They control the Shaker. They control the Shaker.
They do get the Shaker as well.
Now they fight onwards. Magnetize coming through, ripping through the Liquid backlines. Massive damage by Alfu, rolling in again. But round two is mind controls. Swings that totem, brings down more. Top lane is nearly at the base. The dust comes in. Mind controls brought down. Buybacks everywhere. Now Kuro on the run. 3 are dead for Liquid, 4 are dead for Liquid. No buybacks left.
The Bear is dead. Is the Spirit Bear still alive? No, he's off the map. I don't see him anywhere. And now Sniper gets to walk all the way down to the mid lane. Can GH defend against the world? We are seeing Illuminates being lined up left and right. He's got the vision to survive. But these big creeps, they're going to survive these Illuminates, and they're going to charge in. All Sniper needs is just a second in the base.
On the tier 4s.
Illuminates,
or maybe
waves.
The Megas. Which way do LFY want to play it? Well, they want to play
find
GH. GH, he had to be a goddamn hero. He'll try. Down to the low ground. Sniper still chasing him off, but with the commitment. Again, somebody to illuminate, but cutting him off at the
Assassinate
is the pump. And now it's on to Structures. They're going to have a solid 30-40 seconds before any key heroes respawn. It's just Kuro on the lowly Grand Magus. Impoverished as all hell. LFY, they dealt with the split push, and now they look for the tier 3 bottom. They look for the lane of Rax. The Rage is being brought down. The melee also slowly falling. LFY, they want the world. They've gotten 1 lane. They're going to get 2. They might not end the game. They're not trying to go for the throne here. But they get that much closer, Lumi. They get that much closer. During that time, Liquid never got to execute a split push play. They never got to go for the rat tactics. They fought LFY head on. And now coming into the next fight, LFY 2, maybe 3 buybacks up.
We're going to watch
Liquid,
this team fight one more time. You said the BKB on the Sniper, and he really didn't do that much. He got ruptured, but he does have BKB and the buyback and the BOT to get into the fight.
And they still have the ability to get back in this fight quickly because of the BOTs, like you mentioned. Shrines are down right now, so that mobility is essential.
Also, critically, Matumba Man committed his barrier into this fight so that when he does die and the bear does die, there is no split push. Sniper comes back in on the second half of the fight. Really tough fight here for Team Liquid. They did as much as they can, but the buyback from Super is what sealed the deal.
It almost was a clean initiation on the Sniper. The Lich walked on the ramp like a half second earlier. It looked like they were going to catch Super to start the fight, and then it would have been very different. But now, round 2 of that crazy Roshan dance about to begin as Inflame starts it, moves on, kills off the Keeper, no buyback available. GH is out, Kuro's in danger now, the Fissure coming through from Mind Control. LFY looking for the reset, but they've gotten more. Kuro will fall, and now Miracle on the run.
They ping him out.
No split push, no rat, just a TP away. Miracle will make it home.
But now Roche is going to go to...
BOT's Lumi. BOT's coming out.
Okay.
It might be all in for Liquid. Go for the trade. Go maybe straight for the throne or the Megas. They're going to be down lives here.
I think it's so tough. If you don't kill the sniper, he will be able to defend so easily with shrapnel as well as, you know, just natural range. And he's going to get the Aegis off of this. Super had to buy back in the last fight. His team should give him the Aegis. He does. Also, I want to mention this is one of the few cases in a puck game that you see him get 25 and he doesn't get the plus 420 GPM. We're going to see the illusory orb distance as well as speed. I mean, this game is all about the fights. It's all about catching.
And mobility.
Yeah.
Just getting back to that base a split second quicker, catching a hero, and hell, catching a bear. They'll trap him in the night, and they'll look to bring him down. Monet chewing through El Doge, tasering the poor guy down.
We've seen Team Liquid struggle back from bigger deficits, but this one is...
They might find another. Mind control, creeping around.
He's got
the night is dark. The night is full
of terror.
Of Chain Frost.
All right, he's out.
But
He's got Force Stab.
Dodge.
He's got Blink. He's got the gem, so he should be okay. And now, systematically...
Look at this. The anti-Tinker wards have been out for LFY. They might just keep that going, Lumi, as the game grows later.
Yeah. It's been out for a while now.
Yeah. And that's really how they should be looking to play it. Constantly try to find heroes. Hell, the bear hiding in the trees. 40-12, and Liquid are still somehow not out of it yet, but they might be on their last breath now. Coming in for the siege is LFY. The lanes are pushed fairly well in all three sides, but the bear is doing the work bottom, and that is the exposed lane.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
LFY might need to send someone home soon. The BOT's on cooldown for the puck.
This is going to be a very
slow push. The sniper has it, but doesn't want to use it.
You got Illuminate as well as Blood Rights.
The bear's coming in quickly.
Yeah.
They're pinging it out. They know it's going to be here, and they've actually walked the puck home. He get BOT back. They want to gank that bear, get the Megas, and not give anything up.
And if this bear dies, they won't have a bear for at least 30 seconds.
Could be enough time to just end the game.
They recall back the bear.
They bring the bear home, but that also buys them time. They could try to wait out this Aegis.
I mean, look at Super. He's just struggling to push. He eats the Luminance. He eats the Blood Right. He gets his Shrapnel stolen. I just don't think LFY could breach the high ground like this. They need to wrap around, make a play. The bear shows on the mid lane. They scout it out with the ward. Can Puck find him?
Bleeding
Puck jumps in. They found him.
No, he pulls it back. Get out of there, Matoma Man says. It's not safe.
Fast reaction.
Pandas are endangered.
On that recall, and Sniper still working on this building. He's been here for like 2 minutes.
They're still hunting though. They're still pushing the bottom lanes. It's not going fast enough. LFY, this could be the time for a full committal. They push him back, ruptured up. Monet gets back to safety, throwing in the urns. Super doing the slow, but steady work from the low ground. Still has that Aegis, still has the Satanic BKB, has lots of extra lives. Mind Control might have to jump. The bear's back bottom. Liquid, just keep the yo-yo action going. Slow it down, split push it up. Don't let LFY come. Illuminate spam, Shrapnel spam, towers down below half. The siege continues. It's getting low. They might have to make a committed jump soon. And Monet surging in again, trying to force the issue, banging on the tier 3. He'll bring it down. One more hit, the sniper does it. And they've also got the puck back. LFY playing this right so far. They have not made a mistake since that early split push. 55 minutes in. Keeping an eye on the buybacks here. There's 4 for LFY, and they've got the Aegis. Liquid only 2, but several of theirs gonna cool down soon. They've still got this one lane top blooming. That's all that stands between LFY and Megas.
Critically, Sniper also has ramped up to Satanic, so try to kill this guy 2 to 3 times in a row. They can control him very well with things like Savage Roar, with the fissures.
They're trying to get the bear again. They saw it head into the jungle.
That bear is elusive, man. The Mask of Man is coming in big right now.
He's even going Deso. He is all in on this split push, but
for sure.
He's all in on the hero kills. Worming his way through the trees, actually painting out Mind Control's exact position, almost like he knows he's there. Could roll in. He jumps forward. Creeping in the night. Afu, the pride of Southeast Asia, looking for the opening, but it's actually a flame. He gets in there first, and he catches enough. Monet moving forward. They get turned back for the racks. They get turned for objectives, focusing on El Doge, but they're buying time. They push Monet around into the echo and into death, but still, Inflame answering back, blinking it with the silence, looking for more. The racks are being sieged. Liquid are not split pushing. Liquid are not split pushing. The bear now, all that's left. They commit. They commit. They will lose the sniper. He's coming back for round 2 though. Still, they haven't taken his racks.
He's got BKB.
Liquid are holding.
BKB activated, and now he's going to go right on everybody. Super cannot be controlled. The bear, that's the second line to get the bear.
The Fissure, now the follow-up silence. They might bring him down. Can they slay the beast? They kill him. He's got buyback. 2 minutes on the sideline. Miracle needs to get the hell out. So low. Afu rolls him down. Everybody buys back. And their mothers too. Miracle's back in the game. Fighting that Sniper under the fountain.
He's going to get left into the fountain.
Chaos. They're in the fountain.
Sniper is dead. Satanic. Can he actually come back? He's alive. He's in the fountain. Oh my God.
Rupture. They might be able to go back the other way. Liquid not out of it yet. Miracle with the blade mail.
Oh my
he
God.
can dive back too.
Liquid.
He fights on.
Liquid can do it. Everyone's buybacks out. Everyone's still teleporting
Husk's
back in.
coming back in. They're not over yet. Gets the coil. Gets
Miracle.
Glimmer.
Where are the gems? Somebody save Miracle. Oh my God. Infest kill.
Hiroki, they want the Rubik as well. Diving forward. Greyback is down. Thor are dead. All that stands is the keeper of the light. GH. Gotta be a goddamn hero, but the base in shambles. The Tier 4's being sieged.
There goes the Tier 4s.
Last trick, every last stop got pulled here for Liquid, and still, LFY, they're prevailing now. They're gonna take the Tier 4s. The throne is all that's left. Liquid, they poured their hearts out in this game 1, but the game is LFY's.
There is no way. They're going to make their best Savage Roar. The kick for the stun, blinding light cannot be casted. He's silenced. The throne is down.
Unbelievable. Sensational showing here. LGD, forever young, stayed, I wouldn't say cool, calm, and collected, but just enough, Lumi. Liquid tried to drive them to the brink of insanity, and they survived.
Credit to Team Liquid, despite being down so much, we still see the Matumba Man, Aghanim Scepter Bear able to actually claw back Elena Rax, another Tier 3, and just put the fear into LFY, but was not enough, man. Was not enough.
This entire stadium was on their feet the last 10, 15 minutes of that game. They were all in, and so were Liquid. 48-17 the final score, but it didn't feel that one-sided at all.
It didn't at all. Also, there's so many BOTs in that game. The puck getting the Lucher Orb, that was so close.
The stolen coil, it was a smoke dodge from the Rubik of an Assassinate. Like, every last stop pulled out by Liquid. They need a better start.
They do. I feel like the Miracle Bloodseeker just got neutered super hard in the early game. He did have his huge impact as he turned level 25,
but they are smiling. They still look confident even in defeat. Can they bounce back? LGD Forever Young lead the series 1-0.
The legend of the bear almost backdooring Team Liquid into a victory. And time again, Puck tried to track the bear down. It didn't work, and Team Liquid almost won an insane game. LFY showing why they deserve to be here on the final day. And I mean, we're going to start right from the beginning of that match where LFY immediately took control. Purge, I know you got a lot to say about the early game. I'm going to pass it right to you.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful opening game by LFY.
Really I thought coming into the match today that Liquid would have the better setup with their drafting. I thought that they were going to have this figured out, but I actually think it was LFY that had the advantage here. And the reasons being is I believe they think that the two important heroes for Liquid are both Bloodseeker as well as the Necrolite, which they ended up banning in the first phase. So those are the two heroes that they